are you doing?
I'm fantastic. How are you doing?
I'm good. I'm good. It's like the weather's terrible over here, so I've been like inside all day, just like playing piano, making music. So yeah.
Gotcha. Can't wait. Can you remind me where you're from again?
I'm from it's a city called Haarlem. It's in the Netherlands. It's
Oh,
really close to Amsterdam. It's like it's 20 minutes if you go by train. So yeah, it's really
gosh.
close.
Oh my gosh, I forgot about trains. I haven't been on a train in so long. That's insane. Oh, sorry. I was like
I
doing
still
that.
have to take the train sometimes to go to school. So that's the only reason why I take the train. Otherwise, I don't travel that much anymore. But
Gotcha,
yeah, it's a shame
gotcha.
because
We are going to start this interview off by. Would you like to introduce yourself?
for sure. Well, hi guys, I'm Thomas. That's my real name. I perform under the name Barra, and besides this alias, I also have a second alias which is called WhatsGud, which I'm doing together with a friend of mine.
That's cool.
My music is pretty electronic. I think the genre is mainly like trap slash future bass in that corner. So yeah, I've been making music for 7 years. Currently, I'm in my last year at the Herman Brood Academy in the Netherlands, which is a music school. So yeah, that's what I'm doing, and now I'm here.
Yay! Love that. I love
Mhm.
that. So, first off, I'm going to start off by playing the first song over here that Georvity sent me. Here we go.
Fucking team, sipping on my lean, and I'm with my fucking team. I said I'm sipping on my lean, and I'm with my fucking team. Sipping on my lean, and I'm sipping on my lean, and I'm sipping on that lean. Came through with my team, sipping on that lean. Came through with a dream. I said I'm sipping on that, sipping on that, sipping on that, sipping on that, sipping on my lean, and I'm with my fucking team.
Oh, wow. That was like, okay, because I'm a very honest person. I'm just going to let that out right now. That was like mainstream, but like with a really cool twist. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Like,
Uh,
that was really cool. I really liked how you did that. Oh my God. Very fucking cool.
Thank you so much. I'm happy you like it. I
Mhm.
couldn't hear anything, so I saw you like dancing. I was like, okay, cool. She's liking it. She's liking it.
Yeah, you're good. No, because usually whenever I share my screen, and I have it that way you can watch it. That way you're able to hear it at the same time. For some
Oh,
reason,
okay.
it doesn't work either way, or it hasn't worked for anybody. So I'm just like, okay, so like I'm not gonna do that. Oh
All
my
right.
gosh, but that was really
Yeah,
fucking
well, I'm happy
cool.
you like it. I think it was 2018, and I just got accepted to the Herman Brood Academy, like the school which I'm going to now. And I was already friends with Tyne, which is Axollo.
Um,
I was already friends with him for like I think for 3 years, and we got to know that we will go to the same school together and even in the same class. So to celebrate that, we went to there's like this roller coaster park in the Netherlands which is called Walibi. So we went
ooh.
over there We had a great day, and then the plan was that he would sleep at my house. So we were like all excited because we went to the park and we're like, oh, we need to make some music. We need to make a song. And at that time, we both really got into like the confession, charmy kind of bass house sound. So we started like messing around, and that's how like the first idea of this song came along. And then we made a few more songs together, like kind of in the same genre, like this bass house, electronic house kind of style. And that's also how this second alias of mine came along. So it all started with this particular song.
Oh, wow. Well, that is really awesome. That's awesome. Well, are you ready to get into this interview?
Yeah, let's go.
Let's do it. So the first question is, how did you get into music production?
I think I was 14 years old when I got like my hands to a production doll. Before that, there was a friend of mine at my like at my school who was making music, like big room kind of music, and he was like playing, like when I was like really young, you sometimes had like parties where there was like a DJ invited, and it was like a kid party, and he would always play to on those parties. And I was like, yo, this is really cool. And then another friend of mine showed me how you can make electronic music on a computer. And back then I didn't understood anything about like making music or like creating electronic music. So he helped me installing FL Studio, and I just started messing around, looking up looking up tutorials on YouTube. Use like EDM, how to make EDM music in FL Studio kind of tutorials, and that's how I just started working. I just started like copying how they were doing it, and kind of making my own twist. And that's basically how I learned music production. And like after doing it for 2 years, I was like really no-lifing producing. I was like doing nothing else besides music, and even my school, I was like getting lower grades because I was constantly making music. So I knew this was something which I loved and which I just wanted to do my whole life. And then I think it was 2 or 3 years after I started making music that I really like liked the songs which I was making. So I also started to send it out to like different labels, and yeah, that's basically how I started like also releasing music on labels, and just like starting my career out of that.
Wow,
So
that's awesome. So wait, so how long has it been up to this point? So how long have you been doing it for?
So I started like when I was 14. Currently I'm 21, so for like 7 years now.
Oh, wow.
Something.
Holy shit. Oh my gosh. Also, I'm going to be writing some stuff down randomly, mostly because, like, obviously I have a very complicated life, and this isn't about me or anything like that, but I have brain damage. So I'm going to have to write some stuff down because I really want to remember it, you know? It helps. It helps a lot.
Sure.
But wow, 7 years. Holy shit. That's just a long time to dedicate yourself to something in general. I have that problem dedicating myself to one thing that long. Like, that's so long. That means, like, you really love it and you really wanted to do it. So that's fucking sick.
Well, I had several hobbies when I was younger. Like, for instance, for a period I played football, or there was like a period where I was like completely into playing tennis.
Oh, wow.
And for some reason, like after 2 years, they I just kind of got bored of it. And with making music, I just still to this day I'm not bored of making music. So that's basically how I know that I'm really into it and that I just want to continue doing it.
Oh, that's
So
awesome.
it just really appeals to me for some reason.
Oh, I love that. I love that. Oh my gosh. Okay. Next question is how was your childhood? Did a lot of people enjoy electronic music at that time, even when you were a child?
When I was a child, like you mean like well, when I was 8 years old, I don't think there were that much EDM songs how there are nowadays. I was like
What do
very young.
people?
I think when I was very young, I listened to. It's funny because I grew up listening to a lot of different kind of music because my parents, I don't know, they sometimes bought a CD, and I just started playing it just without knowing who it was. So I think when I was younger, I listened to artists like Queen.
Oh wow.
Really not electronic artists. It was when I was a bit older. I think I was 11 years old when I started getting into EDM music, like listening to Hardwell, uh, these kind of artists.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think I when I was very young, I listened to like random genres, nothing which not had nothing to do with EDM music, but I think they kind of also helped me growing up music wise by just having a wide experience of genres.
Yeah, that's awesome. How was your childhood in general? Like, are your parents supportive of everything?
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
yeah, my
Aw.
parents are very supportive. I grew up in Rotterdam.
Yeah,
I don't know if you heard of that.
I've heard of
Uh,
it, but yeah.
I think I lived over there till I was 10 years old. I just had like a really nice childhood, playing outside a
Aw.
lot. I don't know, and I think when I got older, I got more into like computers and of course like making music. So that's when I got more inside.
Yeah.
But when I was younger, I was just playing outside a lot. And my parents, they are very supportive. Like already since like I was born, they just want me to do what makes me happy. And currently, it's making music. And they are still like very supportive with everything I do. So I'm very grateful for that. Uh, so
That's
yeah.
awesome. That is awesome. I love that. I'm like not I'm not just surprised. Maybe I am a little surprised. But with all of these
Mhm.
interviews I've been doing with producers and stuff such as yourself, a lot of them have supportive parents. And that is
Yeah.
so nice to hear. That is so nice. I don't know why I
Yeah.
expected anything else, but I was just really freaking sweet.
Yeah, I think having parents who support what you're doing just really helps to also like keep motivated and to just like also feel comfortable doing it. I don't know. Also, since I choose to also do a music study and to try to make a living out of music, it just takes a lot of courage, I think, and like having supportive parents really helps with that process. I think so.
That's
Yeah,
freaking
very
awesome.
happy with that.
I
Hmm.
love that. That's just so freaking awesome. So while you were growing up, did you play instruments? Any like brass, woodwind? Well, brass. I'm team brass, but that's just me.
I did play a few instruments, but unfortunately, I when I was younger, I didn't continue it. Uh, I hate myself for doing it when I was young because I wish I was better at like playing, for example, like piano or guitar.
Yeah.
I played the guitar yeah, I played the guitar when I was like 12 years old for 6 months, and then I quit doing it. Um, Also, I played the pan flute when I was like very young. Um,
Ooh.
Also, like I didn't do anything with that either. And like I think when I was 17, I just wanted to play one instrument, and then I choose to get okay at playing the piano. So I
Yeah.
got lessons. Also got lessons in music theory, just to get like more knowledge about how chord progression or like music in general works. But yeah, I wish I began with playing piano when I was like younger because I have a friend of mine who's doing it since he's 3 years old, and you can just see how much it improves his music because he is
Yeah.
so good at playing the piano.
Fuck yeah. Pan flute. That's funny. I love that.
It's
Oh
because
my.
I mainly did it. Like my mom actually, she wanted me to play one instrument, and I don't know. for some reasons she wanted me to try to play the pan flute. So yeah, that's why I tried it. I thought it was fun for like 1 year, and then I was like, no, I just want to go outside and play football. I don't want to practice for my pan flute lessons.
Yeah, like pan flute lessons. Oh my god, that's just hilarious. Oh, sorry, I can't hang out tonight, you guys. I got pan flute lessons. I gotta go.
Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah. So I was like, not for me. I want to quit this. So yeah. Unfortunately. Otherwise,
That's
if I
funny.
continue it, I would be like a great pan flute player. But,
I mean, that you could do a lot with it if you worked on it. Like you said, your friend was on the piano since he was 3. So, but if you were
Yeah.
on the pan flute, I mean, you
Yeah,
might be
well,
able to do
for
that.
sure. Yeah, well, I think if I would have continued it, I would be like really, really good at that now. So then for sure I would like use it more in my music. But since I'm not really good at
Yeah.
it, I just try to make it like with a plugin. So,
Gotcha. Either way,
mhm.
either way. So what did you think of DJing at the beginning? At the beginning of when you first found out about it?
um, what did I think of it like at the beginning? I've, I I kind of um I was just very curious, like what it would feel like to play music in front of a crowd. Um, like over here we have like uh, when you're like at a football club or at a hockey club, they organize like parties for like your age group. So when you're 13 or like 14, you have like it's called a safe face, which is like just like a party with like kids, and there's a DJ playing till I think 11 o'clock, and then you go home. And I think that really also for some reason inspired me, because I just saw people who were like a few years older than me playing music, and everyone was enjoying it, and for some reason it really appealed to me. Um, so yeah, then when I got my first um, DJ controller. I think I
Yeah.
was 14 as well. I asked it for my birthday, and I was like a really bad, like a really tiny DJ controller. But I just started playing around with it, like trying to make a 30-minute mix with songs which I liked.
Yeah.
And then I started like uh, trying to connect with people who were organizing parties in my region. And then when I was 16 years old, I started working at a club in Haarlem. It was called Club Stalker. Uh,
Cliff
and I
Stalker?
became
Wait,
yes,
what was
it's
the
called
name?
Club Stalker.
Cliff.
Stalker, yeah.
Oh my God, Cliff. Okay. Okay, Cliff Stalker.
It
Got
was a
you.
very cool club, and what I liked about it is that they were very open to just like give me more experience, like DJing experience. So yeah, that's kind of how I came in touch with it, and yeah.
Awesome, awesome. Love that. Oh my gosh. Yeah, cuz I mean, obviously I didn't know like if you had a good attitude about it at the beginning, and then like what maybe along the way it like kind of differentiated. I can't even speak right. But that's really awesome that still inspires you. Like, right?
Yeah,
Okay, good.
yeah.
Okay, cool.
Hmm.
I was making sure. Oh my gosh. So, how is electronic music in the Netherlands? Is it popular?
Yes, it is, but you can hardly find clubs in the Netherlands at this moment where they play like electronic music all night. But it's usually at festivals where you have like electronic artists in the Netherlands where they get booked. For my experience going out in the Netherlands, they usually uh, play like music which people know, so like urban and rap kind of songs. I think they used to play more EDM back in the days, But
Oh.
currently, like, it hasn't been that much in the Netherlands except for the festivals. You have like Dutch EDM festivals which are really popular. For example, like Mysteryland, Dance Valley. So yeah, but I have the feeling that definitely Asia or maybe even like America are like more into like the EDM parties. I don't know why.
Probably. I mean, honestly, I don't even know. To me, here, like, every genre is popular. It feels like everything's popular. Like you walk down the street and you ask this person like, "Oh no, rock all the way." And then you ask the person that's like right behind them and they're like, "Oh, I like country. I like that country type of stuff." It's just like there's so many things. And now that people are trying to create so many different genres now, I can't even keep track anymore. I don't know.
But if you would go out to like your most nearby club to where you live, what kind of music would they usually play, or is it very different?
I mean, the last time I went to a club, it was just more Spanish music that was popular there as well. Spanish music. I can't remember anymore as much, but I remember Spanish for sure. But
Oh wow.
yeah, or either that or just like really intense rap songs, very intense rap songs. That kind of
Yeah.
vibe too.
Cool,
As
cool, cool,
well.
cool.
Cool. Me too. I love that you say that because oh my god, my friend used to make fun of me because I said that.
Oh really? I don't know.
Oh my god.
It's something I say a lot when I talk English. I know why I thought to do that, but
I love it. It's actually really refreshing to hear because I haven't said it in a while. So, what is exactly, or you can explain in, more detail, what is your signature sound?
uh,
Ooh.
for like my main for Barra, I would describe it like as really energetic and rhythmical. I like to create like a pretty mysterious how do you say mysterious vibe in my music and like build it towards a like a really epic and big climax to drop. That would I will mainly describe that for Barra and for what's good. My second alias, that's really like EDM and like having like really cool distorted bass lines, usually having it in a more swingy rhythm. Uh,
Oh.
and it just needs to be like just needs to work for like festivals or like for once you play it in a club. You just want to keep up the energy once you play the songs for what's good. That's mainly how I would describe it. As my
Gotcha. I know this might be a hard question, but which alias is personally your favorite? You like both. I know that, obviously.
I like both. I think Barra is more personal to me, also since I've been doing that for like a really long time. Uh, but I feel like what's good is like very refreshing and just something. Um, it's really close to EDM music, which I used to make as Barra in the beginning, and I think that's why I really like to experiment with EDM music for this new alias. I kind of had the feeling that I felt back in love with like the four to the floor music when I started the project. What's good? Which one is my favorite? Is I think it's kind of hard to tell. They're both very different.
Yeah.
I really couldn't. I think I couldn't choose.
Oh, I
I
knew
love
it.
both.
That's
No,
awesome.
I really can't. I'm sorry. That's also mainly because I don't know. But like for now, also since there hasn't been any clubs open, I feel like I'm more busy with projects for Barra, also doing a lot for what's good. But since there are no festivals and no clubs open here in the Netherlands, I feel like it's not pointless to put out music, but the effect is not the same when you put out like a club banger and it doesn't get like supported by other artists in clubs, or you can't like test it out. So I feel like currently B3RROR appeals a bit more to me, but
Gotcha.
also really excited for the projects which I have coming for WhatsGud.
Like, yeah, that's awesome as shit. Oh, let me write that
Mm-hmm.
down. Gotcha. So, I was going through your profile. Like, that sounds creepy. I was going through your profile, and I saw that you worked with, I don't know how to say it. It KSHMR?
Kashmir, yes.
Kashmir. Okay, got you. Thank you so
Mhm.
much. Because I've always just said the letters because I didn't know how to say it. But yeah. How was that working with him?
It was awesome. Should I like tell the story how it came all along?
Yeah. Go for it. Go for it.
So when I was like 16 or 17, I made like a bit of a switch in my genre music. I was like going from 40 to 4 to like more up tempo trap music. And one of the first songs which I put out in that specific genre was a remix for one of the songs from Kashmir, for his song called Touch. I just put it out on SoundCloud as like a free download, and I sent it to a few friends of mine, also to like a few promotion channels. I don't know if you know Trap City, the channel.
Oh, yes. Yes. I do.
It's like a pretty, still a really popular trap uh, channel where they like upload songs from different artists. I just sent it over to them and they really liked it, and then they uploaded it on their YouTube channel. And I think it was 4 days after I put out the remix, and I opened my Twitter and I got a tweet from Kashmir. He was saying, "Yo, I really like your remix. Could you send me a download in my DM?" And he just followed me on Twitter as well. So I was like very excited because I also currently I'm still, but like back in the days I was also like a really big fan of his music. So I sent him the link of the song, and then we kind of started talking. I think I can remember that he asked me something about how I processed the lead in the remix, and he asked me, "Yeah, could you show me how you made the lead sound that big with like the reverbs and everything?" And I was like, "Yeah, for sure. We can maybe hop on a call to so I can show it to you
Yeah.
through screen sharing." So I think it was one day later we got on a call together, and I showed him how I did it, and he was like, "Yeah, well, thank you so much. If I can do something for you, just let me know." I was like, "Nah, it's all good." And then we just started talking. I asked him a few questions. I think one of the questions was um, how he finds all his vocalists, because I had a hard time like finding vocalists for my song, and he told me like he would get them. I don't know. He had like a whole folder with different vocals he could choose from for his songs, and then he said, "Yeah, if you ever have a song idea which you feel like finishing together, you can send it over, and maybe I can like find a vocal for it." So I was like, "Yeah, I would love to work together, of course." So
Yeah.
yeah, I started to make like an idea. I made a few ideas for the collaboration, and then one of them I sent over to him on Twitter DM, and he liked it. I was very excited about it. I think it was like I sent him the stems of the idea that I made, and then it was like a bit quiet. He would work on it, but we did like a studio session like 1 year later, where we would like kind of make a overall arrangement for the song, and he worked on the idea. He made like the first demo which I sent him was trap music, and then he added a hardstyle part to the first part of the drop, which I thought was very cool. But we only had the drop left. We didn't have any idea what we would do for the break, so we did a studio session in the Netherlands when he was staying over here. My mom like actually brought me to his house, and we did
Oh
like the
my
session.
That's so cool. That's so cool.
And yeah, we just like we made a break and like a build up. I think we did it in like 2 hours. We made like a really cool arrangement, and he had this vocal laying from Luciana, which is also on the final song, which fitted really well to the break. So we had like an overall idea written in only like a few hours. So yeah, that's kind of how it came all along. I think I remember that the same session we played FIFA, and I lost really bad. Like I think it was 7-1. It's
Oh
quite
my
funny.
god.
Yeah,
Dude, that's
it was
so
very
cool.
I think
Yeah.
it's one of the best collaborations I've ever done in my entire life. It was like such a great experience, and I think this song also turned out very cool.
That's
So yeah.
super fucking sick. He had a song called Paula. I'm pretty sure it was called Paula. It absolutely beautiful. Beautiful. Wow. I like
Is it the one on his new album, or is it another one?
Oh, I have no idea. I just somebody sent it to me. I think Giorvity sent it to me on YouTube or something like that. And
Really?
is it about his mom? He wrote that about his mom?
If it's a song I think you're talking about, then yes. I think it was, or like about. I think it was about his dad. I'm not sure, but
Yeah.
I think it was one a song on his most on his album. Yeah,
Oh,
I think his album is great. Like which he put out recently. I thought it sounded really good.
fuck yeah. He's an amazing artist as well. So
Yeah.
I think that's so cool that you got to work with him because that's a lot you've learned, I'm sure, from it.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, yes.
Oh my gosh, love that. Oh my god, did that. But um, so the next question. I'm not exactly sure how it is for you at the moment, but do you how do you deal with pressure? Pressure about putting music out, pressure about your fans, pressure about not letting maybe I don't even know labels, the pressure of labels. I don't know exactly, but how do you deal with pressure?
How do I deal with pressure? Well, uh, I something which is really important to me to uh, keep having fun making music, because I feel like if that goes away, then it's not worth it anymore. Like also like I know that I love making music, and like that's for me like the best part, just like creating the entire song and putting all my ideas into the project. uh I feel like that's so worth to me that all the things which give me pressure that come along are okay, because I like the process of making music that much. But how do I deal with it? I just try to stay organized. Uh, I work with the agenda since like pretty recently, because I got very chaotic with like, for example, um, emails which I had to reply and stuff
Yeah.
like that, or like contracts which I had to sign. So yeah, that really worked for me by just um, writing stuff down in my agenda to make sure they get finished, because otherwise I would forget about them.
Yeah.
Um, Give me a second. I'm gonna close my phone because this is the third time my Siri is coming coming on.
Oh, gotcha,
Um,
got.
I don't know why it keeps happening. It's kind of annoying, but my phone is shut down. But yeah, for me, writing down stuff really helped with being more organized, and also if you have a to-do list which is super big, then it gives pressure. But if you try to do something every day, even though it's like only replying on 3 emails,
Yeah.
then it won't be like a then you won't like build a whole list for yourself of stuff you had to have to do. So try to stay organized, but also like try to use your time well. I think that's something which really helps me.
Oh, that's awesome. That's really awesome. That's good stuff. I had to write that down. I was like, yeah. Oh my gosh, yeah. Do you even have? Do you get pressure from like your fans? Like, are people always like nagging and like put something out, or does that even happen for you?
Uh, well, sometimes, but it's mainly when I release when I haven't released something for that long. My fans are really nice.
Aww.
Uh, they usually they never actually give me pressure. Sometimes I get, for example, on What's Good, we get comments, yo, when is the next release coming? Or like, when are you guys going to drop a new song? I usually, when I haven't put out a song for like 2 months, I'm like, oh my god, I need to release something because otherwise I'm going to lose like momentum, or like people will go away.
Oh.
So I try to like I don't know, just um, those things sometimes give me pressure.
I think of it more as like if you're in the studio for hours and hours on end, like do you think that you should equal balance time in the studio and time for yourself? Or is it more studio?
Um, like I spend a lot of hours in the studio, and mentally it can be like pretty exhausting.
Oh,
I feel like, especially like you said, being stuck on, for example, a mix or even a idea, I feel like you can lose so much time on spending on only one specific aspect that you just like, I don't know, it just really, sometimes it's I can maybe describe it as demotivating, or like something which is you don't want to spend a lot of time about. But it's good to try to take breaks sometimes if you're like really stuck on something. Just like maybe take a walk outside. Also gets like to get some fresh air. Really, I don't know, calms me sometimes when inside all day. And it's also like, I don't know, good to go outside, of course, because
got you.
need to
That
get
makes
fresh
sense.
air if you want to be creative.
Yeah, no, that makes sense because, I don't think to an extent it's like healthy all of the time, like you said. But I still think that's awesome. I feel like you find a really nice balance because you don't seem like over exhausted, overworked or anything like that. You know yourself
Mhm.
pretty well. So that's pretty awesome.
Something which also really helped me recently is having a studio somewhere else than my bedroom. Um, I feel like when I go over there, I just like um, am more how do you say it? I don't know if consent is like the right word. Being knowing that like how many hours I put into to the work. I just go over there to work on music, and that's really also because it's somewhere else than my house. It just it just helps me to be mentally like more fresh, because I have like a workplace and I have my bedroom where I sleep. And I have periods where I um, have like better periods, and like periods where I am less productive or can't seem to come up with something cool. So yeah, I think it's also very natural for like a musician to have like ups and downs.
Yeah. I feel like it'd be weird if you didn't have ups and downs? If you were
Yeah,
the exact same all the time, I feel like that would be so boring. So
true.
boring. Oh my
Yeah, well,
gosh.
I think it's having bad periods in your career. Also, you can learn so much from them, even maybe even more than periods where you're like only creating your best music. I feel like I don't know. It's like very natural, and
Yeah.
I think every artist has it.
Yeah, I agree completely. You're very right on that. Okay, let me rephrase this. a lot of really well-known artists have problems like that. You know what I mean? If you're a good artist and you love what you do, you're gonna have moments like that. If it was like that, then maybe you're not as passionate as you think about it, or maybe, you know what I mean? So I think that says more about you as an artist than it does than anything else, which is awesome.
For sure.
You freak, yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh my gosh. So, oh my gosh. I'm kind of like, I'm writing around it, and then I'm like, wait, shit, which question am I on? So, you were kind of talking about it earlier a little bit, but tell me a bit more about your hobbies. Like what you do. You said sports, skateboarding, stuff like that. I mean, do you have a girlfriend? Do you, like, I don't know.
Well, yeah, I have a girlfriend, like for currently like 1 month.
That's cute. That's cute.
So it's like it's all fresh. I don't know. Like my hobbies are so obviously like making music, skateboarding, also like being with friends, which was a bit hard, like last year because of Corona or like of COVID. But yeah, I think skateboarding and making music are like the hobbies I spend my most time on, and like everything which is related to it. So like for music, it's also like playing the piano, doing studio sessions, these kind of things. So going to parties, which is kind of impossible at this moment. So yeah, I think those are like the things I enjoy doing.
Oh hell yeah! Can you do tricks?
If I can do skateboarding tricks,
Yeah.
I'm not the best skateboarder at all. Like, I can do a few tricks. I can. I'm pretty good at heel flips. I can kick flip. I can even sometimes do a tray flip, which is like a 360 kick flip. But like I'm definitely not the best skateboarder. Sometimes when I go to parks with friends, you see like people who do it every day and who started when they were like 6 years old, and they do like the craziest things, which sometimes I'm kind of jealous of. But yeah.
Yeah, well, just go up to him and be like, "Can you make music though? Can you make?"
But like that's like I don't know. That's also the thing. I choose to like not only spend my time doing one thing, which is skateboarding. I choose to spend more time making music and become like more like good and successful in that thing, you know.
Well, that's still really
So
cool.
yeah, and some people choose to like focus on only one hobby, which is like, for example, skateboarding or football or something different.
Yeah, it's true. Like they probably, like you said, whatever you choose to put your time into is what you're gonna end up being really good at, because that's all you do. So it makes complete sense on that. So what is something that you're not very good at that you do try to get better at? It could be within making music. It could be anything you want.
There are a lot of things I'm not really good at. Something which I want to get better in, or get better at, is like maybe like making artworks and like kind of drawing. I think it would be very cool if at some point I would like create my own artworks and also base a branding around art which I like. I'm just really bad at drawing, so that is something which appeals me to get better at.
Oh, well, what have you tried to draw that you're not very good at drawing?
Well, not that much, to be fair. It's just like something. It's just something which I want to learn maybe in the future. I've been drawing, of course, when I was younger and at school, but I don't know. I didn't think my talent is there yet, but I might give it like a try to become better at it in the future. I have a few friends who are pretty good at drawing, and I always get kind of jealous. I feel like you can really create something dope with only like a pencil and paper. And I feel like that's something that could appeal me in the future.
That would be cool. Then you can create your own artwork, your own for your music. That's actually really cool.
Yeah, exactly.
My gosh, when I was still in college, like I think a couple years ago now, I took a drawing class, and I was the same way. I was like, bitch, I can't draw. I don't know how to do any of this stuff. But then I took the class, and then but I can draw. I'm actually really good at it, and I actually have like a couple of my pieces of artwork. I framed it and I put it in my room on the wall.
Wow.
Because I was like, that's pretty good. So if you ever try it, I would just go for it, and then that's the best way to learn it. But that's really cool though.
What kind of things did you learn when you took drawing classes? Because I always wonder how they can actually teach you to become good at it.
Oh, well, what they did for me at first, or my professor, it really just depends on who you have teaching you, but he just kind of did it, like he put like a thing in front of it, like sticks and rocks, or just stack them on top of each other, and then he sat you down in front of it and said, draw it. Draw it. And then he had other times where he just showed example after example after example. He would also show like, let me put it like this. So like say you're drawing a person. You start the head. You like take your thumb like this, and you put like where the head is, and then you put like this, and then you put, and then you draw it. Like that's the top. And then you do it again to the bottom, and then you're like, okay, here. And that's the bottom. So you have an idea of like where to go. So it's like, that's pretty cool. Wow. Yeah, it just depends on like what you're drawing. When we were drawing people, like live models and stuff like that, I'm not gonna lie to you, that was a lot harder. It was a lot fucking harder, because there's like, in their clothing, there's like rips and ruffles or like wrinkles or something. A lot of detail.
Yeah.
But yeah,
I can imagine that's pretty difficult. Sometimes when like try to draw a friend of mine, or like we're just like playing around, and we're like, okay, I'm gonna draw you right now, and I tried, and then it turns out like so bad. And
well, what does he end up looking like? People,
sometimes usually like a potato or something. But, I wish I would draw them better, but I don't know. It's just something which I need to spend more time on to become good at it, I think.
Oh, yeah, for sure. It just takes a lot of time. But I love that. Oh my gosh. Oh yeah, that's where I'm at. Oh my gosh. So, you were talking about sports earlier. What kind of sports did you do?
So when I was young, I did football. Like soccer, and I did it for, I think for 8 years, something like that. When I was younger, I was like super passionate about it. I think for the first 2 years, I was like, I want to become a pro football player, and like spending all my time outside playing football. And my mom wanted me to play tennis, so I took some tennis lessons, and I kind of liked it, so I continued doing it. I kind of replaced both things for like skating when I became older, but when I was growing up, I practiced a lot of like playing football and tennis and doing it with friends.
Ooh,
so yeah,
tennis. That's cool. Tennis is hard. I've tried it a couple times. That's hard. I feel like I gotta, because I'm really small. Like, I'm 5 foot tall. So I'm like 60 centimeters or some shit like that. And like, your arm, like, when you go like back and like, bah! Like, no. Bro.
It's like a movement you have to understand. I don't know. Like, I'm still very terrible at backhands. So like with 2 hands. That movement, it's it's a weird motion, but I don't know. I still like doing it. I just haven't done it for a long time. But maybe one day I'll try to get back to it.
Maybe. I think that would be a really cool thing. But I've always been told and like as like been raised to like do as much as you possibly can. You know, learn as much as you possibly can. So I'm always like, oh, okay, I've never tried this before. Like that's how I started Twitch. Like a lot of people were telling me like, hey, you should go on Twitch. Like that would be really cool. But I was like, I don't know. So when it came time for me to like learn something new, I was like, let's go on Twitch or like, you know. So that's really cool. I think that would help you as an artist. I think that would inspire you on a bunch of different stuff. Like fucking hell yeah. Oh,
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I think Twitch is a great platform. I've tried to do a few live streams as well. Usually, like when I just release a new song, I sometimes do a production live stream where I show how I create something. I maybe want to get more into it in the future.
yeah.
Something else which I would like to get better at in the future, and also like maybe making more YouTube content where I like do I know production related videos. I think I don't know, that would maybe be a cool next step for me to do.
Hell yeah, dude, I'm happy. That would be so fucking cool. That's really awesome. I love that. I really do. Because, you know, it's always nice to try new things. Oh my gosh. So, this is the last question. Where do you plan to be in the future with your music? What are your goals?
Hopefully to do more shows than I'm doing now, because now I'm doing 0 shows. I just want to keep putting out music which I love the most, and try to always like refresh my music and get it to the next level. That's something which always motivates me. But definitely, I would like to play at more festivals, do more shows, do some cool collaborations in the future. So yeah, stuff like that.
Oh hell yeah. Yeah, hopefully festivals and stuff will be coming back around next year for sure.
I hope so. I hope so.
That'd be sick. Oh my gosh. Well, we did it. Now I can close this and put this over here. I'm super excited to hear this song. I'm actually really excited because I purposely didn't want to listen to too much because I didn't know what songs you were going to be sending, and I wanted to hear it for the first time on stream. That way I have a genuine reaction. So I'm really excited. Let's do it, you guys.
Awesome.
Bop.
You were fine all this time, I was inside out. Put my heart in your hands till it came back round. Didn't think that you'd fallen so deep. Didn't know that I had it in me. Guess my sanity breaks way too easy. Bring it to a heart, back down. Bring it to a heart, you're back and it's all your fault. Back down. Bring it to a heart, you're back and it's all your fault.
Wow, that drop, I haven't heard a drop like that before. Like, I don't even remember the words quite, but it was like, da-da-da, or he was talking, it was like, oh, what the fuck did he say? Oh my god. Babe, what it is, what name it is. What? I'm sorry. Yeah, I heard, oh my god, it was a really cool drop. Really fucking cool drop.
Thank you so much. I'm happy you like it. I'm very excited for this one. I think it's gonna be a banger once it comes out.
Oh hell yeah! Oh my god. How was it meeting up with Zen World in Los Angeles?
It was great. I also want to go back to Los Angeles to meet up with him again. He was very nice. I was staying with my parents in a hotel in Los Angeles, and he picked me up over there. We went to his house, and he showed me where he lived. He has like a studio in his garage.
Oh, wow.
It was very cool. He was very friendly. Even saw his kids. He gave me a box full of donuts from Krispy Kreme. Like,
Oh
I
my
thought it
God,
was very
hell
nice.
yeah. Those are
I had
some
a
good
great time with him.
donuts.
Yeah, it was awesome. So
Fuck
yeah,
yeah.
I really want to see
Oh.
him once again, but I don't know, because of the Corona situation, it's really hard to travel. But like once I'm back in Los Angeles, I would love to meet up with him again.
Oh, fuck yeah, that's awesome. Sorry, Krispy
Mhm.
Kreme. Yeah, Krispy Kreme is so good. Isn't that right, you everybody? Fuck yeah. Next question is, okay, so are there any secret barrier tips that that is a shortcut to earn a quick buck, or something that changed the way you do music in the music industry?
So if I'm getting it right, he wants to know how to like earn like quick money in the music industry.
Or what is in your opinion, barrier and stuff? What is the best way you can start out making money as a producer?
Uh, there are a lot of different ways. If you really want to like, um, oh my God, Siri, stop doing this. Um, if you want to like earn money quickly once you start out, then I would suggest to try to produce for different artists. I feel like that's a more direct way to get like fees and easier money. If you want to like become an artist, I feel like you really need to go through the steps of like uh, creating music, putting it out, build up a fan base. I feel like it's harder to earn money as being an artist yourself in the beginning than if you start out as a like ghost producer or a co-producer. Um, so yeah, it's just
Oh,
what you want to choose to do. Um, but yeah.
I got you on that. And the next question is, what has been the hardest mental health struggle you have ever had to face? Any particular experience that you remember that was hard for you?
I think it was pretty recently, because of like the situation where we live in now. Um, like when it all started, like this whole period of COVID, everything shut down, and I was spending all of my time inside making music, creating new stuff, and I feel like at that time I created like the best music ever. I think it was somewhere mid 2020 where I was like constantly in the studio. And then back in, I think it was at the end of last year, I felt like I was really forced being inside because of like the lockdown, because everything was closed. So I think that period was very difficult. Also because I had the feeling I didn't really could come up with anything I liked, and also I felt like I didn't want to create music because I had to be inside. I just want to do it because I feel like I want to make music. I don't know, that was very difficult. And currently I'm in a period I try to combine going outside and making music. And for me, it really helped to find a balance by I don't know, creating a rhythm. And also because my school closed, I really didn't have a normal routine in my life. So I was up very late. I stood up at like 11 o'clock or 12 o'clock even sometimes. And since I'm like in a more balanced situation at this point, I feel like that also helps me to get more creative and come up with stuff which I like.
Freak
So,
yeah.
yeah.
Do you feel nervous on stage as a DJ, or can you get used to the festival life?
I really like being on stage. I get really nervous before. Once I'm like playing music and being on stage, I don't even feel nerves anymore. I just let it go and do my thing. Because mainly before I'm like, oh my god, I need to perform. I hope I do everything well. But yeah, I don't know. I'm I'm like usually more excited than I'm nervous before I start playing a show because I just really like doing it.
Fuck yeah, that's awesome. And the next question that I remembered in my head, are there any secret tips that you have?
Oh wow! Like production wise, I feel like like as a, if you start out as producer, what I did as a mistake was to like jump into my production doll and try to do everything myself, uh, which really takes much longer to learn a DAW or like a production program than if you just try to look up some tutorials, try to look up people who create a song from beginning to the end. I feel like that once I started watching more tutorials and started watching people make music, I feel like that really helped me by getting better. And yeah, I would definitely suggest doing that once you start out as a producer. And like, I know some secret plugins, which secret plugins. I don't think there are any secret plugins. Plugins which I use a lot of my production are, for example, Magnetic by Nomad Factory. It's like a tape warmer, and I usually use it on my master or on specific drums. It really gives more warmth and more body to your sounds. And oh, also a secret tip: use reference songs when you're finalizing your music. I recently found out about a plugin which I got sent by Melda, which is called mCompare, which is a A/B plugin. So you can load in a song into the plugin, and then you can, by clicking, you can A/B that song together with your song, so you can reference it with the
Huh.
mix sound, which really helps me getting a better mix sound because I can reference it with songs which I personally like. So yeah.
Fuck yeah. Next question. Which would be dream country you'd like to DJ at as well as explore the culture of?
Definitely somewhere in Asia. So I think Japan, because I feel like it's just such a interesting country. Also, like fashion wise, it's very um, experimental over there. I heard very good stories from other people who went over there. And also, I think EDM music is still like pretty big over there. So I would love to do a show in Japan someday,
Oh,
or go there on holidays to explore more about the country and about the culture.
freak yeah. Japan is. I mean, I would love to go to Japan too. This is Astrid.
Mm-hmm.
This is one of my dogs.
Oh
She,
wow.
she she wants me to pet her because I've been on the computer for so long. I know, honey. You're such a baby. You're such a baby. Oh my god. Oh, don't lick my mouth. Okay.
What was her
Okay.
name from the from
Astrid.
her? Oh wow.
Yeah.
How old is she?
She is 1.5. I'm
Oh.
guessing kind of, but yeah. Okay, honey. Okay, you can get down now. It's okay. I know. It's a good girl. Oh my gosh. Yeah, she's alive, but she wanted to say hi. Wait, the next question was, what are your tips for producers to score collabs with big artists? Who would be your dream collab with a big artist? Or who would be your, yeah.
Well, for me, it helped to put out a remix, which was not really intentional to work together with KSHMR, but since I put out a remix which he liked, it kind of came along that way. But also, what really helps is to keep out sending your music to artists which you look up to. Just try to find out about their promo email, send it to their Facebook pages. That really helps to get noticed by artists which you like. And a dream collab of mine, I think, like there's one producer out there which is my idol already since the beginning, which when I started, and that's Skrillex. I've been looking up to him since like I started making music, and if I get the chance one day to work with him, that would be like absolutely insane.
Oh my god, that's really cool. I've never heard somebody say that. That's pretty cool. Do you already say ooh? Oh, next question. Do you have a bucket list? And if so, what is on it or what is in them? Yeah, what's on your bucket list?
Well, definitely play or like headline on one of like the big EDM festivals. So like maybe like a Tomorrowland, Ultra Miami. If I get a chance to do it one day, I would be very happy. Yeah, well, music wise, I would just like to do more shows in different countries.
Okay.
I think that would be so awesome to set up a tour, like going to different places, doing shows, uh, getting to know like the cities where you're going or like the countries. That's something which I would love to experience in my life, and I hope that one day I'll get the chance to like maybe do a tour or like headline on a big festival.
Is there music culture from any countries that interests you that you would like to explore in detail?
Uh, I kind of share the same passion as I think KSHMR does in his music. I really like the more ethnic, like the more Indian kind of sound, and I also try to implement it in my music sometimes. Um, I tried stuff like that in songs like Into Deep. Um,
Yeah.
Also, like definitely my latest EP has a lot of Indian slash ethnic influences into it. So
Ooh.
definitely would love to also get to know more about that musical culture. I feel like that's very interesting. So
Hell
yeah.
yeah. I love that. Oh my gosh. Was there any more questions, GRBD? Yeah, because throughout the entire interview, he's keeping track of them. Okay, so
All
there
right,
was another
awesome.
one. And it says, do you like any YouTubers watching any TV shows or anime? What would be like your top 3 or 5 movies and shows?
Um, well, my favorite series of all time is probably Breaking Bad. I
Oh
think
my
I
gosh.
watched it like 2 or 3 times. I love Breaking Bad. Like YouTubers which I love to watch are probably like PewDiePie, um, Cody Co. Uh, Production YouTubers are like Jonas Aiden. He's currently in a break, but he made very good production related YouTube videos. And of course, Zenrold is a really dope YouTuber. So yeah. Um, to be fair, besides Breaking Bad, I haven't seen that many series. There's like one series in the Netherlands which is called Mokro Mafia, which is like a guilty pleasure of mine.
Ooh.
But yeah.
That's fuck yeah, that's cool as shit, my dude. Um, that's really cool. I try to keep like my what is it called? I try to keep I'm very bad at English too, so just bear with me on that. I'm like terrible.
No worries.
I try to stay up to date with new shows. I try, but
Yeah.
Breaking Bad fam, Walter White biatch.
Have you seen Breaking Bad as well?
Yeah, it's a really good show for sure. Very good show. I haven't watched it again, but that's just how I am when it comes to like shows and movies. Like if I've already seen it once, like it's really good, but sometimes I won't watch it again. But I have seen it.
I'm still thinking about like even watching Breaking Bad one more time, but I feel like Skyler is a bit annoying, so I don't know if I'm going to irritate too much.
Oh my
But,
god. Why do you like skydiving?
Well, I haven't skydived
Oh, I was
ever in
about
my
to
life.
say. I was like, no fucking way. You skydive?
I haven't done it ever, but I would love to try it once in my life. Like maybe one day. I never really got the chance to do it, and my mom is super scared of heights, so she really wishes me to never do it. But I would love to try it once and then never again.
Yeah, I've had a couple friends go and do it, and they came back and they were like, no, it was the most amazing thing ever. And like they all said it was amazing, but that's scary as shit. Oh god.
Yeah, it is.
The next one is, what are you scared of? Do you have any phobias?
Not really, to be fair. I don't know. Like I'm not really scared of animals. Mainly, I think my fear is sometimes like to lose people which I love, or like being anxious of like I don't know, just losing them, or for them to get sick.
Yeah.
Yeah. Besides that, I don't really think there are things which I'm scared about.
What about spiders? Are you scared of spiders?
No, I love spiders. They're
Oh,
cute.
that's so adorable. I love that.
My sister is terrified of spiders. She hates them, but I don't get why. I'd rather not like sleep in a room full of spiders, but like I don't hate them at all.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Patty! Bears. The bears are terrifying. Oh my gosh, Patty, I freaking adore you. Patty's really cool. Oh yes. Fuck yeah. Were there any more questions or was that it? Cause yeah, I'm just keeping track. Do you do any nerd stuff?
I think producing music is kind of a nerd thingy. It's just like spending a lot of time behind your computer. Um, Besides that, I don't know what's nerd stuff like. I don't know how you could really describe it. It's like if it's stuff in a computer, then yes, I like to like be busy with a computer, or like try to experiment with maybe like I don't know, music stuff or other stuff in the computer. But besides that, I don't know. I like to game sometimes. I play GTA with a friend of mine a lot. Yeah. And besides that, I don't know.
Oh, that's cool.
uh,
Grilled or barbecued?
Probably grilled.
Fried, fried or crispy?
Crispy.
Patty, I love you.
Who's asking these questions?
That's Patty. Patty has the most like unique. He sounds like, I don't know if you know like Jack Black. He's very similar. Sounds like Jack Black, but it's very different at the same time. Like rock and roll type of vibes going on, and it
Wow.
yeah, it's really cool. Favorite? Holy shit, you guys are going quick. Favorite food cuisine?
Ooh, I love Italian food. Like, it's I don't know, just I love different kind of pasta, and I feel like there are a lot of things in that cuisine which I like a lot.
Oh,
Also,
I
like
love that.
French cuisine is very nice.
Yeah, Italian's my favorite too. I love Italian food so much. Carrots or celery?
Carrots.
God, I'm hungry. Sorry. It's okay, Patty. Oh my gosh, you're good. You're good. Oh my gosh. But I think that's all the questions. Oh shit, never mind. There is another question. Have you
Okay.
found any unique YouTube channels?
Music related or like just in general?
Like anything that you don't usually see?
Oh, well, there's a YouTube channel which I found out about, which is called Musical Live Streams, which records live streams from famous artists, and they just re-upload them on their YouTube channel. So you have like Illenium, Disclosure, who do live streams. So if you miss them, you can look them back on their YouTube channel.
Oh,
Recently
that's
found out
cool.
about that. I watched a few live streams. It's pretty cool.
That sounds pretty fucking cool. That's cool. Yeah, really great channel. G already knows it too. That's
Mhm.
cool. Very cool. I never heard of that before, so dope. You
Yeah,
guys are
it's very
coming
dope.
out with those damn questions today. You guys. Who according to you are the most unique artists at the moment?
There's an artist called Bleu Claire, which makes like kind of experimental tech house music, which is he's getting really popular now, and he just has a really signature, unique sound. I feel like his sound will probably be the next big thing in EDM music. He's also like putting out songs with the alias of Martin Garrix called iTram. And
Oh wow.
I don't know, his sound is just very fresh, and every song he's putting out is a banger. So I think he's very cool. So if you guys haven't checked out Bleu Claire, definitely check him out. He's very cool.
Fuck yeah. Dogs or puppies?
Uh, Puppies are dogs as well, right? So I guess
Yeah.
both.
They're just like
like
baby dogs.
yeah, well, you know, like if you get a dog, then you need to love it when it's like a puppy and when it's older. So I love both.
Aw. The next one is, are you still in touch with Lowen and Elias West? Any collabs with them? They both are amazing artists.
Lowen.
Yeah.
Lowen, yeah, he's a great friend of mine. Anthony, he's doing a lot of productions lately for artists, which unfortunately I can't tell about, but he's doing a lot of ghost production. We actually have been working on music together. There's one song we made which is coming up, um, and Elias West, he said.
Yeah. Yeah. Sorry. Yeah.
Um,
Sorry. Yeah.
Yeah, we oh, it's really funny because he's a part of a new project which is called Drove, and I recently wrote a top line together with a friend of mine for that project. So we've been working on music pretty recently as well. So yeah, they're both doing great, and I still talk to them.
Oh, that's awesome. How do you maintain your boyish charm?
My what?
Your how do you maintain your boyish charm? Like, so he's saying you're charming. How do you do that?
I have no idea. I just do my hair this way, and I act the way I am. I guess I have no idea.
Yes. We did it. Great session. Cool. There's no more questions. But oh my gosh.
Awesome.
So I just want to say, thank you so much for doing this with me. I appreciate you being here. I am obsessed with Drowning by Barrier. You guys look it up. It's amazing. I might just like it the most probably because it's like, a little girly. But I mean, I fuck with it. It's amazing. Well, I fuck with good music, and you have that. How to pronounce his name? What does that mean? Oh yeah, how do you pronounce your actual name?
My actual name is Thomas. My artist name is B3RROR.
Oh, cool.
So yeah.
Oh, cool. Oh, wait. Georvity is asking, how did you come up with B3RROR? Because that is pretty interesting. I'm like, what?
Yeah, for sure. I don't know if this story for me is like pretty boring story. I was like, when I started out making music, I was like, I need an artist name. And then I was back in the days, I was good friends with someone at my school, and we kind of combined our last names together. My last name is Bart, and his last name was Roorda, and then we like combined it to one name as like B3RROR. So yeah, that's how it came along.
Super fucking cool. Love that. But anyways, that's the end of this interview. Like I said, I really do appreciate it, and this is so much fun. Like I'm just like filled with so much energy just because I love interviewing people. Because I learn so much from it. Because eventually, maybe one day, I want to use those drums and use all this music stuff that I have back here, and maybe create my own music. I just want to try it to see what happens. You know.
Would be awesome. Well, like, I want to thank you for having me. I had a great time as well. I'm very happy you like Drowning and my other songs. So thank you so much. Yeah, if you want to start making music, like, the only tip I can give you, just do it. Like, just mess around with stuff, and then it's a lot of fun. I think the period when I was starting out is still like my favorite period of like the whole process, because you just learn so many new things, and you'll see how much fun it's to learn making music, and like creating your own songs is like something really magical.
Oh, that's awesome.
So, yeah.
Well, thank you for that advice. I'll definitely take that into consideration whenever I do that, because I wanna sing in my own songs as well, but I have to do a lot of vocal work, a lot of pitch fixing, and a lot of. I mean, it's been a while since I've done shit like that, but yeah.
Oh wow,
But
yeah. Well, autotune is golden. You have a great autotune plugin, so.
Oh my gosh. Well, I appreciate you, my dude, and I hope you have a fucking great rest of your day today. Well, I don't know what time it is for you, but.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Bye.
Bye. Bye.